Okay, here's a table set we redid. These chairs and the table we actually got separately. Table was free, the chairs were $10. Well, I paired them up, or we were able to pair them up. It turns out that the material, the carved for the legs, is the same carving as what's in the chairs. So we ended up taking the upholstery, we redid the upholstery with this burlap here. Did a flat black finish with the shabby chic action to match the chairs and the table match themselves. So they're already matching set. We painted the same. Figured up here was too beautiful to paint. But look at this grain right here. The wood is really smooth and nice with all this detail. So with the table being free, the chairs were $10 or $15. The burlap, the reupholstery and stuff, that wasn't very much money. $30 investment, which I'm selling for $300. So somebody's supposed to come by and pick these up later. About a $250 profit when I'm all said and done. Not too bad. Yeah, it took about, I don't know, not much time at all to do the paint and stuff. I think it's just rattle can, flat black. That wasn't any time. The upholstery my woman did, it didn't take her more than a couple hours. Had the chairs for about 6 months in storage before she found this table. It's pretty cool, huh? Then some other person's supposed to come pick up right now, over back here underneath my Harbor Freight blankets. Somebody's supposed to pick up a leather desk that we redid. Let's take a look at that. Hopefully in a future video I'll show you how to restore this. This is something I picked up. It came with this matching set. I got it for, how much did I get it for? $20 I think, and $30 in fuel. So $50 in all. I picked this set up for. This is going to be a shabby chic finish. Now this here, this is another one that got redone. So this is the leather desk that the guy's coming to get right now. I'm going to pull it out, we can get a better look at it. Alright, so here's the desk and a chair. Now this chair is perfect. It's sized very nicely with the desk. So the chair has new upholstery on it. I don't remember how much I paid for 4 of these chairs. I think 30, 20, 30, 40 bucks. I have it written down somewhere. I don't remember offhand. The chair fits nicely with this. It was a shiny black. It got sanded down and redone in this antique white color. Paid 30 bucks for this desk, and I only had to drive about 15 miles to pick it up. So it's been sitting here. It got redone, and after I refinished it, it sat for a little while. Now this one, I really like this desk a lot. If you look at it, like I said, this chair is sized perfect. In retrospect of the desk, this top is leather. Now if I had my way, I would have been able to pull this off, which I attempted to. You can see here I kind of like started lifting it up, but there would be no way for me to take this off and sand any imperfections out from underneath there. It looks like some wood or something got wet underneath here. So decided to do with a shabby chic look. Now this desk here, probably don't care. Look at all this detail here going around. It's a lot of, most of the vintage stuff that you see, it's really good quality stuff, and compared to the stuff they make today. Okay, so since we're on the subject, here's where some of the refinishing happens besides the spray booth that I have outside. Now this dresser here, this one's still being worked on. I have this little cart that I lifted up on so there's no bending over. And then there's also this cart that I use. This is a Thomasville set. This one's going to be available later on. But this one here, I really love the styling here. I paid $100 for this, and I had to drive 50 miles to pick it up. Maybe 40 miles. But this thing was flawless. I still had to put this handle on. This right here got, this little screw got bent. The handle's in here somewhere. Here it is. But that's not a big deal. Here it is. So with this beautiful dresser right here, I love the legs. It's so unique. There's a name for it. It's a couple little cobwebs on it. Forget offhand what the name is, but this is an actual style. So what I did with this dresser is I wanted to leave the sides original, to not want to mess with it. I just really love it just the way it is. Personally, I like it for myself. The woman doesn't want to keep it though, so it's gonna go. But for this, I wanted to leave the sides original like I just said, but to me it's already a shabby chic look. Okay, you can see it has a couple imperfections around here. gives it a lot of character. So this top was not like this. I just stained this whole top. I sanded it down to raw wood, and I left all the little chips in here, the imperfections. Kind of goes with the dresser itself. But I sanded it down. It was just a natural, just a veneer, like a cheap birch or something. Just, it was supposed to be paint grade. It was all painted. I had to wear a respirator. I sanded the whole top down, and what I ended up doing is, first we added, let's see here, we did a Danish oil of the golden oak. Okay, this is exactly the color it came out, which I thought it looked crappy. After it was done, I was like, wow, because I'm selling it just like this. I'm going to try to get about $500 for it. So I did this Danish oil, and it's like, I thought the golden oak would go good with the actual finish here. It didn't. Here's a sample of what it was. Okay, whatever, something like that. So anyways, after I sat and looked at it for about a week, I was staining something else in an ebony color. Now, it was looking so beautiful in ebony. I could not believe it. Here's what I was using, ebony. So I didn't use any sealer. Right on top of this Danish oil, I went and I stained the whole thing. I completely saturated with a paintbrush of the ebony wood stain. Let it sit for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, say 15 minutes. This is just a couple days ago, about a week ago. And what I did when I used the rag and I wiped the stain off. If I wiped too much off, I would take all the stain off. So what I did is I used my fingertips and I pressed down and I made like line motions. And you can see this darkness right here. My finger was in between here. So this stain just like it ended up being darker. So I kind of like gave it a zebra striping in a way. And after that was all done, I just did one coat. After that was done with the stain, I did one coat, a follow-up with some satin polyurethane. I also just used a paintbrush and I just did one thick coat. Well, I didn't do a thick coat, I did a uniform coat, but I laid it out and I brushed it with a paintbrush. But after that was done, I used some really fine sandpaper, high quality, I was gonna say, fine sandpaper. I don't even know, 400, 500, 600 grit, just extremely fine sandpaper, and I just went over all of it and I smoothed it out because it was a little rough. And this is the finish that I got. I'm probably going to go back and do another coat of the polyurethane. Maybe not, I'm not really sure. I kind of like it just like this, but in my opinion, this color here with the zebra striping stain and this original here, I like it a lot. So gonna post this stuff for sale, probably like 450 bucks. Regardless, I'm gonna make $300 on it. That's pretty much my bottom dollar. And all I did was just drive down there, pick it up, pay the guy $100. Didn't even negotiate because I know this dresser is really nice. Matter of fact, I should try to get more for it. We'll see. I don't like things to sit for too long. After about 2 months of sitting, I get a little antsy. I drop my price, and if somebody makes me a little bit of an offer, I just let it go. So out with the old and with the new, I have a lot of stuff going on. But these carts I made specifically for these dressers that I'm redoing, the wheels are wide, so the wheels are off here, they're wide, so the carts don't tip over. But it works pretty good. The only thing here I have left to do is there's some like pen marks that I have to just try to get rid of. But other than that, I got lucky with this one. There didn't need any drawer restoration, didn't need any alignment or anything. I just did the top. So thought I would share, not a big deal. So with all the others the people are coming today for the other stuff in the garage. You got to see that. You got to see the dresser that I'm working on in there. You got to see this one here. And then I'm also give you a glimpse of this. This is a Thomasville set I picked up. I think I paid $200 for it. It's really nice. I'm probably not going to refinish it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't need refinishing, but I don't know. I haven't decided. Here's a matching armoire. But this stand here works great. It's really low, so I can do my restorations on here. So the way my workflow is, here's the garage door. I back up with any furniture I have, and it goes right onto this. Here, I do all the restoration as far as the drawers go. I get it all perfect. Everything's nice. And then from there, it'll either go to the finishing area back here, or I have another area that's back here with a spray booth you can see right there that I'll work my magic on. So probably TMI, maybe I'll show this in the future, maybe I won't, but this is what I've been doing for a while. Now the thing about these vintage sets, that one, as is this one also, is the vintage one, they don't use any particle board or chipboard or anything like that. It's all solid wood. It's high quality in my opinion. It's pretty darn good. Dovetail joints. So if you see the way it was refinished, how perfect the seam is right here. There's no overspray with paint or brush strokes or anything like that of just sloppy paint job action. It's all good quality painting. For this, I won't let it go after it's all done. Won't let it go for less than $500. So I'll be walking away with $400 profit on this easily, $450 probably. But I've gone through 4 or 5 pairs like this with the armoire and the dresser, and each one is pretty constant. The value is pretty much the same. I could post it up for sale for $625 or $550 and walk away with $500. And oftentimes I could deliver it for $100, and so the fuel is $40-50 and I make a little something there too. A lot of the pieces that I've been doing this last year or so have been flawless. I could refinish them perfect. You can't even tell. I mean, it looks like a professional did it, but the thing is, you gotta be so careful with the finish. A lot of it's just paint. So with the paint, you just have to be so careful. The shabby chic like this, man, you can just do your thing to it, and then you don't have to worry so much about it getting scratched up or scuffed or anything like that, compared to the other perfectly finished stuff. Making some money with my hobby and having fun doing it. And it's really cool to do stuff like this, because back in the day I used to try to make things to sell and make some money doing my hobby that way, but by the time I would buy all the materials and stuff, it would cost me a small fortune in materials, and my labor is almost worthless. People don't want to seem to pay. But for these high quality pieces like this piece that you're looking at here, I could get it for next to nothing, work a little bit of my magic on it, refurbish it if you would, and then I could really boost my my income or my revenue by reselling it like this. So alright, well, that's about it. I'll give you one last little peek at the top that I did. Now this, I burnt through the veneer. When I sanded it down, it was really thin anyways, so that was, you could see that, but you can't tell now with a dark stain. So all the imperfections sort of went away. You know, it's good enough. Anyways, see you next time.